in the show. The show is all about you. Not you, but you and your stories. Because everybody has a story with Jeff Seltzer. Everybody has a story with Jeff Seltzer. Brought to you by JeffSeltzer.com.
Hello and welcome to the second anniversary episode of Everybody Has a Story with Jeff Seltzer. I am your host, not Jeff Seltzer, and welcome to the third year of Jeff's personal midlife crisis. This is episode 75 of Jeff's journey to learn more about himself, myself, and others around him as well. It's an honor to be the third ever host of this podcast, which puts me in a unique position of being the only person besides Jeff to ever be the host, the co-host, and a guest on Everybody Has a Story with Jeff Seltzer. Everybody has a story with Jeff Seltzer. Before we dive any more into why I am here and why Jeff is in the other square, please take a minute to check us out on all of our socials. You can find this podcast on Instagram at Everybody Has a Story Pod, on YouTube at Everybody Has a Story Pod. If you would like to be a guest on an upcoming episode, you can reach out to Jeff directly at everybodyhasastorypod@gmail.com. For all things Jeff Seltzer related, please visit jeffseltzer.com. And while you're at it, you should check out everybodyhasastorypod.com, which currently features a video of a very nervous Jeff doing commentary for a triple threat wrestling match between Janai Kai, Notorious Mimi, and Diamond Virago. This is a lot. We're on all podcast platforms. Video can be found on Spotify and YouTube. Audio is there as well and can be found on other platforms, including Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Pandora, and anywhere else where you can find a podcast. For those unaware of who this loud, bald, bearded man is yelling at you right now, my name is Marcus Perkal, a.k.a. Marcus Brandon. I've been a guest on this podcast 6 times, a co-host once, actually a guest 7 times, a co-host once, and now a first-time host. Jeff and I became friends after connecting in the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Facebook group. We met in person for the first time at a wrestling convention, although I didn't recall this until Jeff reminded me a year later. But now a little bit about my guest, Jeff Seltzer. This is Jeff's second time as a guest on his own podcast, with the first time being on the first anniversary show last year. That episode was hosted by friend, pal, and buddy of the show, friend of Jeff and a friend of mine, Daniel Ireland, who was invited to do a run-in on this episode tonight, but unfortunately is currently on an airplane. Additionally, I have some more information about Jeff from his IMDb. Jeff, our guest, is 1.73 meters tall. He was born in Brooklyn, grew up in Edison, New Jersey, and now resides in Rockaway, New Jersey. He's a huge professional wrestling fan, all things Disney and horror movies. He's an avid runner who once completed a marathon, many half marathons, and dozens of 5Ks. A couple other fun facts from IMDb. Jeff was married on October 10th, 2024, which is 10 days before my 17th birthday. Jeff was once in a commercial for WWF Saturday Night Heat. Jeff was laid off from Sizzler in 1996 when the restaurant filed bankruptcy. And according to IMDb, Jeff has attended WrestleMania 6 different years, WrestleMania 15, 17, 20, 29, 30, and 40. However, as Jeff's good friend, I can tell you that what you find on the internet is not always correct. And Jeff has attended WrestleMania 7 times because he also went to WrestleMania 42 this year. Jeff loves pro wrestling, Disney, haunted houses, and his wife and kids, not in that order. And Jeff one time sold an ECW wrestler his own theme song. With all of that, I bring to you today's guest, Jeff Seltzer.
Awesome. Well, first of all, Marcus, thank you so much. And I appreciate you joining me, or actually me joining you on the show this week. And also doxing Zach Linder. I'm sure he'll really appreciate that if that really was his email account. One slight correction.
I don't know if that actually is his email. Jeff was also asked to come onto the pod tonight. He is busy. I told him he could pad his numbers, but he is at the Mets game.
That's totally fair. Also, slight clarification. I was married in 2004, not 2024. Or that would have changed a lot of the numbers in my life at this point. Being married almost 2 years instead of 22 years. So.
Sorry, I made a mistake, and I did turn 17 in 2000. 2004, not 2020.
But all good. But again, awesome work. I really appreciate this. And Marcus, thank you for hosting. I do appreciate it.
No problem. I'm happy to be here. It was an honor for you, to ask me to do this. Last year's first anniversary episode, fun fact, I texted Jeff a couple hours before it was supposed to come out and said, "Hey, can you release this a little bit early? I am waiting for my red-eye overnight flight, and I need audio to listen to in the airport." And that was the first time that a podcast was released, that he released the pod early. So I could talk a lot about wrestling with Jeff, but I feel like Jeff talks a lot about wrestling on this podcast. And as much as I would love this to be a wrestling podcast, it's not. So I think for the time being, at least, I want to focus on something else that anyone who listens to the show knows that Jeff is a fan of, and that is chain restaurants.
Yes.
So I have a slew of food questions.
Amazing.
For Jeff, and we'll see how these go, where they go, and we'll let this guide us for now. So I'm going to start off with, what is your Mount Rushmore of chain restaurants? I feel like Sizzler probably has a place on here, but maybe not. Let's find out.
So great question. So Mount Rushmore, we're implying or assuming there's 4 things just because Mount Rushmore has 4 heads on it. So let's go with that. So first of all, to your point from before about Sizzler. So if you had asked me this back in 1996, I probably would have said Sizzler. Now, unfortunately, things don't necessarily age as well as they should. And while they filed bankruptcy in 1996, there were some locally owned stores that were still open up until like 2010-ish, 2012-ish. So when I moved up to Rockaway, New Jersey, there was still a Sizzler that was located up here. There's also one in Tokyo, and I think recently the one in Orlando closed down. I did try it when I moved up to Rockaway, and unfortunately, it didn't hold up. So unfortunately, it's one of those things where like the memories weren't nearly or the memory was better than the actual quality, I guess. I mean, at that point in life, having a crappy steak was probably the best that I could do. Maybe my tastes have gotten higher end. I don't know at this point. So all things considered, Sizzler, unfortunately, the memories are great from working there, but the actual food maybe doesn't hold up so much. In 2026, my Mount Rushmore of chain restaurants. So I would say, not at the top, but I guess the far left, let's go with, would be Outback Steakhouse. That's one that myself, my family go to all the time. I've been going there for over 20 years. Probably a better quality steak than Sizzler, although it's probably a low benchmark to look at. So we'll start off with Outback Steakhouse. Love me a Chili's. Their chips and salsa, all you can eat. Their burgers are good. It's always consistent, really good. Drinks are good as well. So I'll put Chili's up there as well. I think Uncle Julio's. So Uncle Julio's, I think technically is a chain because there are about 5 or 6 at least of them that exist. There's one down in the Orlando area. There's one in the Bridgewater, New Jersey area, a few others as well. So I guess that by default could be considered a chain. And then lastly, this is chain-ish, but I mean, it's in the news also now because they're about to IPO. I'm going to go with Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, I think technically probably would be a chain restaurant because there are, thousands of them around the country. Maybe fact check me, don't. It's very consistent. I grew up in Edison, New Jersey, and we had a place called Tasty Subs, which was kind of the best sub that I'd ever had growing up. And that was kind of the benchmark I always lived by. Jersey Mike's is probably the closest I've gotten to it. Nothing else. Like in years, whatever, it was like Subway, there was Blimpie. None of them were nearly as good. So, but Jersey Mike's has probably been the best sub shop that I've found, I guess, post Tasty Subs. So that'd be my 4, I think.
What's your Jersey Mike's order?
Jersey Mike's order. So usually I go for the number, I think it's the number 6, the roast beef and provolone. I'll go Mike's Way with pickles and red relish. Sometimes I'll go for the Chipotle cheesesteak, which is pretty good. Or I'll just go for a turkey and provolone. But generally, I would say 9 times out of 10, I'm going roast beef.
Okay, nice. All right, so it was Jersey Mike's, Outback, Chili's, and then what was the one that was like kind of regional again?
Uncle Julio's.
Uncle Julio's. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So now we're going to move on to a fast food question.
All right.
None of those are really fast food. Are you a fast food person?
I do eat fast food. I know it's probably not what my doctor told me to have, especially at this age. But I do like my.
Probably doesn't listen to the podcast, so that's okay.
Most likely not. No, you're right.
All right. So If you could build your perfect fast food meal, so fancy meal,
Yes.
it's gonna have 4 items in it:
Okay.
a main, a side, a drink, and a dessert.
Okay.
You can pick one from any fast food place, but you can't use the same restaurant twice.
Okay.
What would this order be?
Awesome. So first of all, the easy one for me would be a Mr. Pibb or Pibb Extra from wherever I can get it from. Many people know or don't know that I have always had an obsession with Pibb. I think largely because regionally it wasn't available in New Jersey like forever, and then eventually it just got freestyle machines made a lot more available. So you can get a fountain. You can't buy canned or bottled Pibb up here, but by default, I think just based on the scarcity, I've just kind of fallen in love with it, and so I'm going to go without even thinking about it. Pibb's got to be the drink. From a fries perspective, I hate to plug them just because of their, let's say, who they donate to. But let's go with the French fries from Chick-fil-A. Love that. Really, really good. It's not your straight fries. I think it's more like a waffle fry-ish or whatever. Love the waffle fries from that place. Not going to call that again. In terms of the meal, so I worked at a Burger King when I was in high school. It was about 6 months. It was not a great experience. However, I'm still in love with the Whopper. The Whopper is still one of my favorite, go-to sandwiches or meals, I guess, whatever. So I would say that. And then from a dessert perspective, I think it's McDonald's. Maybe is it like the Oreo Frosty or an Oreo something, whatever. It's like a
McFlurry.
An Oreo McFlurry, something like that. Yeah. My kids will get like around St. Patrick's Day, there's like a mint McFlurry of some kind. And I think while we're there, I'm not a big mint guy, but I love me an Oreo. So the Oreo McFlurry was probably what I'd go with. So I'd probably go with the Pibb with the Whopper, the fries, and the Oreo McFlurry.
Okay. I feel like those are all very well, I mean, I guess you gave like a reason for why Pibb is not like common per se, but otherwise they're all at this point, they're all like a national chain. It's like interesting. There's nothing like I feel like for me, I would go with like an In-N-Out burger. Because that's like there's like a novelty there. I was practicing these questions when we were just at our friend's house for dinner, and there was a lot of options being thrown out there. It was very interesting. Like I said, if I had to pick my Mount Rushmore of food, no question, the first thing I said was Taco Bell.
Okay.
That being said, when you asked me to build if you asked me to build my meal, Taco Bell's not on there at all. Like, while I love Taco Bell, I feel like first off, from like a mixing standpoint, but also, I kind of went like a little more unique with like an In-N-Out. I wanted like an animal style double. Probably would go Flying Dutchman to avoid the bun right now, just because that's this phase that I'm in at the moment. Hopefully that phase ends soon, but for right now. And then my side was I was thinking maybe like Culver's cheese curds.
Okay.
Which is, again, that's regional. When I first found Culver's, it was like I was in Indiana, in Illinois, but they have them in South Carolina here, so it's a treat. I try to not go often. And then for kind of like you, like my drink was a layup, but I just want a water, so I could really get that anywhere. Like that's what I'm drinking right now.
Nice.
And then my dessert, I won't name the restaurant because you didn't want to give them too much praise here, but just a vanilla milkshake from the place that has cows that sells chicken. So that was where I was at, but I tried to like go a little more niche, but I don't know. There's nothing wrong. There's no wrong answer there. But if our social media guy Jeff Seltzer can clip this and maybe throw that up on Instagram, maybe we can find out what a couple people's meals, their fantasy meal might be.
We'll see what we can do. If I can add one thing, so in honesty, I hadn't even really thought about the scarcity of places in terms of like your In-N-Out burger. I've probably only had In-N-Out burger maybe a half a dozen times my entire life. So I don't know if it's one of those things where it's like, it's the fantasy and you have it, it's good, but like it's tough to compare. Like it's not really top of mind for me. I'm probably going to second guess and third guess this one and come back next week and say, yep, maybe it's that. But I think for now, I'm going to stick with my original answers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did go to In-N-Out with you, but you didn't get anything. So
sure you did.
Oh, you did? I felt, sorry, it was Daniel didn't.
Daniel did. Yeah. For me, Daniel and I got into a bar right before that, and you were there, and I was like, well, I haven't had In-N-Out Burger in a couple of years, so let's go for it. And he was full already, so. But he'd already been drinking, I think, too, was part of it as well. I don't know. In any event, I did eat, though. And then we witnessed one of the wrestlers walk in, too. So that was fun.
Right. That's true. Yeah. I actually, whenever I'm somewhere that has In-N-Out, I do make it a priority. I was at In-N-Out last week when I was in Las Vegas to see the Backstreet Boys.
Nice.
All right. So continuing on this food and drink, earlier when you were talking about, your restaurants, you mentioned that there's solid drinks. So like what would be your alcohol drink of choice?
So I love Angry Orchard on tap. So locally by me, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings and a Miller's, and both of them have Angry Orchard on tap. And that's probably the one mixed drink that I will go for every single time. My wife as well. It just, I don't know. I like it's a good cider. It's not too hard. It's not too heavy. It just goes down very easily. Love it.
Okay. Next. And what about, are you not a liquor person, or?
I mean, I'll mix drinks. Like what do I do? I like a Crown and Coke. So like last summer, my wife and I went to Canada. So we tried Crown Royal whiskey. For me, I'm not a big connoisseur, so for me, all whiskey kind of tastes the same-ish. So I was like, you know what? Why not support Canada? Get a Crown and Coke, and that's what I usually go for when I can.
Okay, fair enough. All right. You mentioned Outback earlier.
Yes.
So what is your go-to? Like, what steak is your go-to steak?
Sure. So if I'm not that hungry, I'll go for the 6-ounce sirloin. Usually I get that medium with a salad, hold the cheese, ranch dressing. And then for a side, I'll either get a baked potato or cheese fries with no bacon. Usually get a side of grilled onions as well. That's a nice little addition. If I'm hungry or really hungry, I'll go for either the 8-ounce sirloin or a 6-ounce sirloin with the coconut fried shrimp.
Okay.
My wife, myself, my kids have been going there for years. There's one in Parsippany that we've been going to for easily 20 years at this point, which is nuts.
Okay. 20. That is nuts. That's
I mean, you were 7 at the time when we first started going? Something like that, right?
Well, based off what I said earlier, yes, I was -3. So -5 actually.
Of course.
Do you put any condiments or toppings on your steak?
I do. So, yep. So I'm generally an A1 steak sauce guy. I do miss years ago. They used to have a bold and spicy A1 steak sauce, which I think they've since discontinued. So we go straight A1 steak sauce, and then the previously mentioned grilled onions that I'll go with the steak as well.
Okay. And this is my last steak question.
Of course.
What is your preferred steak temperature?
So I go medium. My wife goes medium well. I think growing up, I used to go medium rare. Although when I ate at home, I think it was well done because cooking wasn't necessarily a strong point in my house, but that's not a story altogether. But I think as I've started to enjoy steak as I've gotten older, generally around medium-ish is what I go with.
Okay. I'm a medium rare person.
Okay.
But nothing wrong with steak sauce. If you would have said ketchup, that's where although my wife does use ketchup on her steak.
Okay.
But anyway, this is not the Everybody Has a Story with Carrie Perkal podcast. So
shout out to Carrie Perkal.
We're putting both kids to bed right now, so I could do this.
Perfect.
All right. So continuing on the food questions.
Yes.
This is not so much about your preferences. It's just a question about, this is a highly debated, in your opinion, is a hot dog a sandwich, Jeff Seltzer?
So it's a great question. And here's what I would do. First thing I would do is I would look to what is the definition of a sandwich? A sandwich is generally meat of some kind, or maybe not meat, could be cheese, whatever else like that, that is wrapped or between bread. Based on that being the Jeff Seltzer definition, I would definitely look at a hot dog as a sandwich. You've got a piece of meat, hopefully it's meat, the hot dog, in the middle of a bread wrap of some kind. So sure, I'd say yes.
Okay. Follow up then. Is a taco a sandwich?
Excellent question. So I guess based on my initial definition of a sandwich, it's bread. Now, a hard taco shell, I guess, is not really bread. in my book, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a sandwich, but I also would not be offended if somebody else referred to it as a sandwich.
Okay. I could see you smiling. So you've noticed that there's a guest in the waiting room.
Yes.
We are potentially waiting for one other person, so we're gonna make her chill for one more second. I just told her that she's got to wait.
Awesome.
All right. So speaking of sandwiches and the definition you gave, then
yes,
is a bagel with cream cheese a sandwich?
Excellent question. So I've never thought about that before, but now that I am, I guess. So the bagel would definitely be defined as the bread, so the bread of the sandwich. The question would be, is the cream cheese that's between the bagel, is that worthwhile enough or strong enough to be considered like the inners of a sandwich? Like if you said to me, like yesterday for lunch, actually today for lunch, I had a hamburger on a bagel. I would definitely consider that to be a sandwich because you've got a piece of meat between two pieces of bread. Now, if you're saying cream cheese between it, I'd look at it and say, is it? On the flip side, you'd say, is a peanut butter sandwich a sandwich? The answer is yes. Peanut butter is kind of a wrap, a whatever. Something you put on the bread, put bread on top of it. So based on the peanut butter definition, I would call cream cheese on a bagel, as long as you've got the two bagels together, two sides, that's a sandwich, sure.
Okay. I align with that. I got a lot of flack earlier when we discussed these questions. I was told absolutely not. That's not a sandwich. I was told that cream cheese is a condiment, and I was like, but would you just like put mayonnaise on a piece of bread and eat it? Like, no, you wouldn't. It's more of a spread. So peanut butter is a great now. I didn't have that earlier.
Yeah.
All right. So at what point does a sandwich that's been grilled with cheese inside leave being a grilled cheese and just like a standard sandwich? Like, does that make sense?
So I think I see what you're saying. I think so. I would say unless you cook the grilled cheese so long that it kind of like becomes just like black and charred, and at that point just kind of falls apart and becomes nothing, I think it's still a sandwich. So you've got a cheese sandwich is a sandwich. A grilled cheese sandwich is a sandwich. If I'm
no, sorry, I'm thinking the other way on it.
Okay.
So in terms of a grilled cheese is cheese between two pieces of bread. That's grilled, melted, what have you. If you put tomato on that,
sure,
that's still a grilled cheese. If you put bacon on that, that's not my style, but that's fine.
Sure.
But if you're putting like chicken on it,
okay,
that's just a chicken sandwich with cheese, right? Is that like?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Not be a grilled cheese. Like what takes it to no? That's just a sandwich that has melted cheese on it.
So I see what you're saying. It's kind of like if I have a cheeseburger or a grilled chicken with cheese on it. So I think it's more a matter of like what the predominant like inner of the sandwich is, right? So if I'm having a chicken sandwich, I kind of look at it as having the cheese on top of the chicken. Or if I have a cheeseburger, it's the cheese on top of the hamburger. So I think it's whatever kind of like, it's like major minor, right? It's like in college, if you went to college, you've got a major and you've got a minor. So the major would be more like the specific one, and the minor is kind of like an add-on. So because it's chicken with cheese or burger with cheese, I kind of see the cheese as the add-on versus the burger or the chicken is kind of your major there.
Okay, got it. My last food question in this.
Yes.
And I feel like this is not where you thought I was going to take this.
No, it's okay. I love this because the thing is like I'm generally working and going and trying to get things out of people. So I love to sit in here and the pressure's on you and not me this time.
This is maybe the most we've ever talked about something that's not wrestling ever.
It's all good.
The last question is, if you cut a burrito in half,
okay,
is it still a burrito or is it just a wrap?
If you cut a burrito in half, so it's an interesting question that I've obviously never thought about before. I would still look at it as a burrito. I mean, so technically, I would say a burrito is a wrap. So even if you don't cut it in half, it still is a wrap, right? Because the definition of a wrap, I guess, in my book, would be something that's wrapped in a tortilla, whether it be beans, meat, cheese, or any combination or whatever. So just because it's a burrito, because it was, let's say, grilled or whatever else like that, or because you got it from Qdoba, I think it's still a wrap. It's just ethnically, it's just referred to as something else. It's kind of like a grilled cheese versus a quesadilla, right? Like technically, a quesadilla is a grilled cheese of sorts. It's just kind of in a different way.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's totally rational. I know that. I have like a real fundamental issue with when they cut a burrito in half. Like it drives me crazy. There was like when I used to like live in the city, I'd go like the corner, like the bodega, and if I got like a burrito there, like I would like lunge at the guy, like, don't cut it, don't cut it. I don't know why. Well, first off, it makes it easier for things to fall out. But that shouldn't change the classification in my mind. But for some reason, it does.
Does it change the way you eat it though? Like, do you go corn on the cob style versus like normal burrito style, or it doesn't really impact you at all?
If it's cut, no.
Yeah.
I still, it's still like the same thing. But I don't know. It's just I feel like you lose the burrito. Like for me, part of the burrito is that it's like a whole. You know, a whole. Well, first off, no one eats a burrito corn on the cob style. That's like that is.
That's an old Goldberg joke, by the way. But yeah.
No, but like it's like I don't know. There's something about like you can hold it 2 hands and I don't know, whatever it is. If you cut it, it bothers me.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So moving on from this, we have our guest. I'm gonna see if I could do this.
Okay.
All right, we have our guest.
Hello, Mary Kate.
Hello. Look, we're twins.
We're all twins.
Perfect. So I invited Mary Kate Anthony, who was the guest from episode 43. I was hoping that we were going to have one other person. It doesn't seem like he's going to make it, which is fine. A little backstory. Mary Kate, also, as I mentioned earlier with Jeff, Jeff and I met in the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Facebook group. That is how we both met Mary Kate officially, I believe, although we all were in the same places prior, but we didn't know each other, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what my goal here is, we'll see if this works. And because this is a video podcast, as I said at the start, that can be seen on Spotify and YouTube if you're looking at video. If this is audio, this might not be the best content, but we're going to go with it anyway. Is we are going to play Everybody Has a Story with Jeff Seltzer.
Awesome.
So, do you guys both have your phones by chance?
I do have my phone, yes.
I do.
Okay, perfect. So, I'm going to share my screen. And I will not be playing because obviously I know all the answers to this. But I'm going to share my screen. And if we can get both of you to go to this website on your phone.
Kahoot.
All right.
Which is kahoot.it. And then you're going to put in the game pin of, you can see it on screen.
Yeah.
Also, the other participant who it seems like is not coming was Joey Knight Jr., guest from episode 47.
Awesome.
He told me that he thought he would be able to make it, but he wasn't 100%. All right, perfect. So this is just going to be a one-on-one matchup.
Okay.
I've never hosted a Kahoot game before, so we'll see how it goes.
Very cool.
It seems like I was going to say you both seem familiar with it, so I turned the sound off, but because I thought it would be like really bad audio. I thought us talking would be better. There are 10 questions. I will read them out loud, so in case people are just doing audio, they'll know kind of where we're at.
Awesome.
All right. How many episodes of Everybody Has a Story with Jeff Seltzer have there been? This episode does not count. This is the second anniversary. Your options are 103, 99, 70.
Oh.
So while this is the second anniversary, that Jeff has missed a bunch of weeks.
Yes.
Mary Kate, there are definitely this was a conversation point. But yeah, logically you would have said it should have been 103.
If this were marked at radio, it would have been about 103 or so. But unfortunately, I don't have the stamina or the bandwidth to do that at this point.
Okay, I'll forgive you if you forgive me.
Yeah, of course.
Next, besides Jeff, who has been on the most published episodes of Everybody Has a Story? Myself, Daniel Ireland, Mary Kate, Megan Fernandez, or Zach Linder?
I'm gonna think Linder.
No, I was pointing. It was Daniel.
Oh, it was Daniel. He's gonna kill me on this one. I went Marcus.
No, it was not me. It was not Linder. It is Daniel Ireland. However, after this episode, I will be tied with him.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Excuse me.
Yes.
You guys both got that wrong. The score didn't change.
Okay.
What restaurant did Jeff get sick at?
I know this answer.
TGI Fridays.
Yeah, Mary Kay was holding my hair back while it was happening, I think.
So what I will say here is, as this is going on, Mary Kate, I really don't want you to feel like Jeff should know the answer. I didn't want you to feel that you were set up at all here. I had asked multiple people if they could join, and there was a question, at least one question, that was geared towards everybody that I asked.
That's awesome. I'm glad that getting sick before NXT is.
It was a fun night.
Well, what you did miss, Mary Kate, is earlier when I asked Jeff his Mount Rushmore of favorite foods, chili still made the cut.
It's good.
Yes.
It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
All right. You both got that one right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, next. True or false? This podcast has led Jeff to sponsor 2 toys/action figures. True or false? The answer is false. I also asked Josh Breezy to join us on this episode. The answer is Jeff sponsored the Josh Breezy micro brawler.
Oh, he did. Wait.
Only one.
Wait, what was the question then? Wait.
At least it was 2, and it was only 1.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh Breezy.
Yeah.
Yes, shout out to Josh Breezy. All right,
That's very kind.
Jeff, maybe you should get one wrong. Who dropped the first curse word in the history of this podcast? Jeff Seltzer, Danhausen, Jerry Perkal, or Tarzan?
Shout out to Jerry Perkal.
Tarzan. Wait.
JCW's own Tarzan.
Oh, I was thinking Disney's Tarzan. I was like, what? Why'd you interview him? And did you do it like Not So Scary and he cussed? That's like grounds for termination.
I actually did not invite Tarzan to be on this episode. I could not find his contact information. So
you just have to yell, oh!
That's fair, Marcus. I think you have more Instagram followers than he does at this point, so that's okay.
All right. All right. Next. Oh. What is the shortest episode in podcast history? This was my question for me. And I put on this picture of TJ Ford with very long shorts. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or 10 minutes.
And Marcus absolutely hates this episode for that very reason.
2 minutes. Josh Breezy just got here. Unfortunately, let me bring him onto the stage. Josh
Breezy, what's up?
Hey, man, super quick, man. I didn't forget, but I lost track of time, man. I just wanted to jump in, Jeff, say congratulations to all the stuff you're doing, man. Can't thank you enough for all the stuff you've done for me. And best of luck in the next, 5 years down the podcast line, man.
Appreciate it, Josh. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. You guys kill it.
We're in the middle of a trivia about this podcast, and you literally jumped in right after everyone that I reached out to. There was a question about them, so we mentioned that Jeff.
Man.
It was a trick question. It was a little shady of me. I said that Jeff had sponsored 2 toys, true or false, but the answer is 1. You're the lone. You're my. So but if you want to hang out for a couple minutes, we got a couple questions left here.
Got you.
Jeff's on a hot streak, although Jeff has gotten one question wrong. Just to be fair,
that's true.
All right. Who is the first parent-child duo to both be interviewed on this podcast? Mary Kate? It's a very straightforward answer.
Wait, what?
I am the answer. I'm telling you what the answer is. It's green.
Okay.
So it is. The options were Jimmy and Joe.
I can't see that well. I have my computer glasses on.
Who are actually brothers, Beth and Robin, who are Jeff's wife and daughter, who have not been on the podcast. I also did reach out to Beth today to see if she wanted to join the podcast. She did not respond to me. Megan and Fernandez. Yeah, they're not related. And then Jerry and Marcus Perkal. My mom was actually, I think she was a guest in the podcast before I was.
She was, absolutely.
Yeah. So my mom is a college advisor, and she discussed the college application process. All right.
It's a shame
Next
you couldn't
question.
get Manny Fernandez, though. That would have been a good one.
I didn't ask my mom to join.
Jeff Seltzer.
Who hosts the podcast What's
Yellow.
Your Story? Jeff Seltzer?
Oh,
Joe Rogan,
Jesus. Can I change my
Jeff
answer?
McMahon, or Mark Perkal? After
Stephanie
Jeff launched his
McMahon.
podcast, Stephanie McMahon launched a podcast called What's Your Story with Steph McMahon. It's interesting she does go by Steph on that, not Stephanie.
That's right.
I think that she probably owes Jeff some royalties.
I think
but,
Jeff and Steph.
That's it.
Jeff and Steph.
Oh, my God.
All right.
So while we got a
and
quick pause, if I can do a quick shout out to Josh Breezy and the Micro Brawlers. Josh, do you want to plug your site?
Heck yeah, man. You can go just reach out to me on Instagram right now. My website is down, but we're working on like a little revamp of it. But yeah, catch it at the merch table.
What's your Instagram handle?
Instagram at Real Josh Breezy. 2 E's, 2 Z's, 2 Y's.
Nice.
I think that this is our last question. I'm
All right.
not
I get this
100%
wrong,
sure.
too.
Was one of my ulterior motives for this game to force Jeff to update more IMDb pages than he would have had to otherwise? Yes, or also yes, but
Pick the red one. Mark, this is great. Thank you so much.
all right.
you.
So it seems like Jeff won his own trivia, is what we're
Yay.
seeing here. Mary Kate, thank you for being a great sport. I know, obviously, like I said, the questions were geared towards Jeff knowing them, but I appreciate you guys both jumping in, playing along. Anything that you guys want to share, talk about, plug, this is your guys' time. I mean, Josh, we plug the Brawlers, but we can plug anything else you got. If you got any shows coming up or anything, please.
Oh, me? Yeah, you can catch me the Guardians Legacy this Saturday, Josh Breezy versus Deimos. And Teal Piper. That'll be a fun match for the Legacy Championship.
Nice.
Yeah, then I got a couple other shows later in the month. But yeah. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
And go watch my room tour on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast with Zach Ryder now, or Matt Cardona.
Whatever he's going by these days, right?
Woo, woo, woo.
You know it.
Thank you. Awesome, guys.
Mary Kate, you got anything to plug? Anything coming up? Anything to say?
I'm slowly updating my photography page on Flickr with here and there. I just uploaded earlier this month was the 20-year, which sounds insane, anniversary of the CCW ROH Cage of Death show in Philadelphia. So I upload over 500 ringside photos. Most of those have never been seen by most people, aside from like the Ring of Honor board back in the day. So those are up. I'm going to start kind of doing a little bit more. The other thing is sitting on the back burner still. I mean, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know my Flickr ID. So just go to my Twitter at Mary Kay Fave and the link in bio. Be one of those. Also, on your food talk about hot dogs and sandwiches.
Yes.
My question is this: is fettuccine Alfredo considered mac and cheese? Discuss.
So I would say yes. I mean, if you're looking at the textbook definition of what is mac and cheese, it's cheese and pasta. I can't make a good case against it. So I would go with yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I was like, so this way I'm like, oh, it's Italian mac and cheese.
Right.
I would also say yes. However, I can assure you that if I gave my children fettuccine Alfredo and told them it was mac and cheese, they would not eat it. But that being said, they are 4 and 5. But yeah, no, I would say that 100% is.
Well, Marcus, you don't feed your kids Kraft fettuccine Alfredo? It doesn't work out that way in your house?
No, unfortunately not. But we are a big Blue Box family.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
Perfect. Also, just because Mary Kate's on here, I'll just put this out here now because Jeff can't censor me. I will openly petition that there should be a follow-up episode with Mary Kate.
Absolutely. I wouldn't fight that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you can't censor me now. This is already hitting the airwaves. I'm the host today. So I'm going to make these decisions. So I definitely would say that would be amazing. Mary Kate, thank you for being a good sport and for joining us.
Happy
I was really happy when you said that that you would be free. I think it's
I
very
was
fitting.
feeling like bunk. I didn't even go to work today, and I felt like crap. And like even an hour ago, I was like, "Oh, am I gonna make it? I can make it. I could do it. I can chug through for Jeff. I'll do it." So,
Mary Kate, thank you so much. And I assume you didn't go to Chili's tonight, right? That's not what got you today.
No, not at all. I haven't been. I think the last time I was at Chili's was actually with you last September.
So you are scarred, is what you're saying?
No. It's just
And Marcus, to be fair, I did vomit in both the Chili's bathroom as well as the NXT. I guess the parking lot as well, the Full Sail parking lot too. So definitely remnants of me in both those places.
Hopefully, it's been washed away.
I would assume so. Almost a year later, yeah.
But we did meet Ryan Cabrera, so it was a win-win for both of us.
That's true. And shout out to Buck Woodward who hooked us up as well.
Buck is the best. We stand Buck. He's the best. I love Buck.
That's right.
It's just his birthday the other day, so yeah.
Very cool.
Like I ain't got nothing else special going on. So
well, fantastic. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
And yeah, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up our episode quickly, and this is dropping real soon. So you're gonna hear yourself on the airwaves, I think on Monday, but
that's right.
I'm just the host. I'm not the producer.
Monday, August 3rd. That's correct. This will drop Monday, August 3rd. Those of you who are listening know that already. Those are the three of us here. Two of you, it's probably news to you right now. So yes, Monday, August 3rd. It'll be
perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mary Kate. We will talk with you soon.
Take care. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Marcus.
You're welcome. I reached out, unfortunately, as you know, I mean, pulling back the curtain a little bit, we knew when the 2-year anniversary of this podcast was. I was away last week, and then just, with life for both of us, I reached out to a bunch of people, but you and I didn't. We said Tuesday, and then this morning I texted you. I was like 8 o'clock work, which is what time it is. And then after we solidified that this morning, I then started trying to get people. So it was short notice on my part, but
I'd say it's amazing getting 2 people in less than 12 hours notice. Like I've had people who I'd booked for weeks and last minute dropped off, or whatever. So this was amazing. So thank you again. Really, really appreciate it.
Glad to do it for you. And as a shocker, that is going to be all the wrestling talk that we had on this podcast. So that actually is all I had booked for today's episode, number 74 of Everybody Has a Story with Jeff Seltzer.
75.
Sorry, episode 75. You're right. There were 74 published already. This is episode 75. Jeff, do you have any parting words, anything to plug, anything to share? What's on your mind? This is your party. Great question. So it's been 2 years that I've been recording now. My first podcast appearance with the MWO a little over 2 years ago, and then obviously started this series 2 years ago. It's been quite a journey. I've met a lot of people. I mean, without this podcast, I probably never would have connected with Mary Kate. Probably wouldn't have had as much connection with you. Even like Josh Breezy, just the opportunities it's given me. So I would say there were things that I've been able to do because of the podcast that I wouldn't have had otherwise. Right. So I did commentary on a indie wrestling show. Sure, I sponsored it, but at the end of the day, it was kind of a bucket list thing for me. So that was really awesome. So for me, I've loved the journey of the show in terms of development of myself, communication, things like that, but also just selfishly some of the nonsense that I've gotten involved in because of the show. So plus it always gives me something to talk about if I'm kind of, have nothing to say to somebody or whatever. I can kind of, talk about the podcast or an episode or whatever. And it gives me something to kind of be proud of and kind of talk up. So it's been quite a journey. Definitely, my midlife crisis still, as I always open the show with. In my personal life, I do have a few things that are, let's say, evolving right now, which will come to fruition pretty soon. All good things, nothing bad, nothing to worry about. So for me, the nice thing with the podcast, it's always been something that it's kind of normalizes and something that I am used to and I can come back to no matter what's happening in life. So love it. Love that it helps me to connect with other people. It helps me to continue the debate over if I'm an introvert with the podcast or if I'm just, whatever I am. So life is good. Marcus, really appreciate this. And thank you so much for hosting. No problem. I got no plugs today, but I've always wanted to say this. And since I am the one that created the theme song for this show, Jeff, hit my music.
Everybody has a story with Jeff Seltzer. Everybody has a story with Jeff Seltzer. Everybody has a story with Jeff Seltzer. Everybody has a story with Jeff Seltzer.